Hello everyone, it's me Noah. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I am just having a honest talk with you guys about quarantine, how it's affected me, and just a life chat. You can all probably already hear it, so I'm just gonna give a warning. My rats are playing right now in their cage, so it might be a little loud because they're pushing stuff around and climbing. So that's just your warning of if you hear random noises, it's Simon and Cypher messing around. Buddy, what are you doing? Huh? Hi. You coming down here too? Boop. Boop. Let's take a second and look how vibey my room is right now. We just have Christmas music playing, and then I have this candle. This candle is cinnamon stick. You can't really see the logo, but it's cinnamon stick. Makes my room smell so good, like Christmas. Then I just have my Christmas lights on, and then over there I have my LEDs. Now onto the actual point of this video. I'm going to be talking about quarantine and how it has affected my life. What does affect me is school. So I'm going to be touching on online school because I know for me it was such a big change. And I don't mean like, oh, seeing my friends every day. Let's be honest here. I didn't really have any friends at school. I did, but not like friends. Like I had people, we weren't that close, to be honest. I have a few people who I still talk to. Other than that, I don't really talk to anyone. Quarantine definitely made me a lot less social. I don't talk to as many people as I used to at all. I text maybe one person every day, and then my other friends I text like once a week at least. I really don't talk to many people. When it comes to school, that's not what I'm missing. I'm missing being able to separate home life and school life, if you know what I mean. Like before, to escape home life, I would go to school for a few hours and be able to, chill, be in an environment where I don't have to worry about cleaning or doing any of my household activities. And then I'd come home from school and I wouldn't have to worry about school or my teachers or having to do this certain thing in order to not get in trouble. I miss the routines, like waking up, going to school, and going to my physical classes with someone who has really bad mental health. That definitely was something that I could just do, and it was easier and it was better for me because it just helped me. It helped me be able to have a routine, and now I can't do that. It's like now I wake up when, I have first period at 8 a.m. But in the end, I wake up when I want because I don't have to be anywhere. I get to just lay in bed. And that definitely has affected my grades. I went from being a pretty okay student, a straight F student. Well, it's this little thing called ADHD and procrastination. So with my ADHD, I definitely, if I'm in my room with all these things that I can do, I'm not able to focus on my Chromebook to a teacher who's miles away talking about some whack-ass shit, and I just can't pay attention. I can't. Like, my rats are right next to my bed, in case you didn't know. They're right there. You know how hard it is to focus on school? You can't. I can't focus on school, and it's not going well for me. Let's be honest here, I'm really worried about going next year because I'm scared that quarantine's still going to be happening when I go into 10th grade. I'm in 9th grade, in case you didn't know. Another thing that quarantine has affected with school is that, like I mentioned on the social part, I really don't have as many connections. I don't have the motivation to talk to my friends that I had from school because it's hard. It's hard to just text people who I'm used to seeing all the time. And I'm used to having a lot of online friends or just being social online, have an online presence with people. But recently with quarantine, I can't keep up with it. I can't sit there and text someone and be all happy and jittery, be like, oh, I have to go to school tomorrow, I should go to bed, but I don't. It's like, it's different, and I don't really know how to feel about it. And to be honest, it's been quite lonely. I still have Leaf and Jenna. Those are my two main people. And Ellen, I still have them, and that's great. But it's still hard for sure to be able to not see that many people in person. About how quarantine has affected me in the mental health department, because I know a lot of you guys out there have mental health issues, and I know quarantine definitely isn't the best for them. Being mentally ill is challenging enough when you're not locked up in your house. Especially for people who have not so great families. I can't imagine being in that environment again and having to be in it 24 hours a day and not being able to, get out and go to stores or do any type of escape or go. So it's kind of just a thing where quarantine has definitely affected, like, my mental health. Depression wise, it's hard because having a mental illness, bipolar or depression, which I have, it's kind of hard to, get out of bed when the option is you can stay in bed all day. It's been months, and like, I could just stay in bed all day if I wanted. That option is there, and it's hard. It is so hard. I definitely have been trying to be productive, like working out, eating healthy, that type of thing. But it's really hard when the option of my comfortable ass bed, which I'm currently sitting on, if you can tell, is available. How? Another thing is I had to stop therapy and going to my psychologist because of quarantine. And so that's another thing that's really hard with my mental health, is having to stop that and just take a minute. I'm all on my own. I'm all on my own here. Like, that's also been so hard. In quarantine though, I have picked up a few great things. For example, my rats. I wouldn't have my rats if it weren't for boredom in quarantine. They were an early Christmas gift technically, because, well, I worked off the money to get them, but then the cage was gifted because my cage was $160. I have the Critter Nation cage. And so that's one thing that I never really thought I'd be able to have time for or get, is to get a pet that needs a lot of attention and that needs a lot of money. That's one thing I didn't think I'd be able to do that quarantine has helped with. I'm all on my own, I'm at home, so I can feed my rats whenever, I can play with them, and I've been spending a bunch of money on them to deck out their cage. I will be doing a rat cage tour most likely after Christmas. It might be before, I'm still deciding, it really depends. Social media as a whole has been really different for me during quarantine, because it's definitely such a thing that you could just go on all day, be so consumed in your phone, and I've really been trying to not do that, because, let's be honest, it's not the most healthy thing to sit around in bed all day, eat chips, and go on social media and cry about the fact that, you don't have the life that everyone else does. It's been hard, let's be honest. My self-esteem has not enjoyed quarantine. Neither has my weight. That's another thing I wanted to touch on. I have gotten fatter. I'm not going to say I'm fat, because I know Leaf and Jenna will pop off in the comment section talking about how I am not, but I've definitely gained weight. And I've been working out, or at least trying to work out, but it's hard to stay fit during quarantine because I'm not going out and walking around all the time. I'm not at school all day where I'm not eating, so quarantine's definitely been a big thing. Especially with quarantine, I got a mini fridge and I got a snack area, and if it's empty, it weirds me out, so it's always full usually, and that's not good. Food is everywhere in my room, and I'm always in my room. Overall, quarantine is a hard time for me, but I'm getting through it, one day at a time. Not doing too great in quarantine. I'm trying though, and I guess in the end that's what is most important, is trying to do better than you are doing. It's all I can really do. And if we're being honest, quarantine will probably be going all the way into, January. It is December, I believe, 10th. Yes, December 10th, 2020. And I would be surprised if the coronavirus was cleared up by February 2021 even, because people are irresponsible. That's another thing. People are so irresponsible in this time. And the pandemic is not gonna go away. I'm so scared. I do not want to be starting 10th grade in quarantine for sure. I want to go to public school again. This is driving me crazy. And I was homeschooled. I was homeschooled in 6th grade for a while, and I loved it. And now that I have to be, I don't love it. It's so bad. Quarantine sucks overall. I feel like everyone just was like, oh, we're gonna have quarantine. In the beginning, you were like, this is the best. I won't have to go to school forever, and I'm gonna be able to be home all the time. I can play video games. And it's like, I'm over here like, day billion million blah blah blah, how many days of quarantine, and I'm done. I am done with quarantine. I'm just done. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I am so grateful if you stayed and watched this video. I know it's kind of weird to watch someone blab on for, I assume this video is going to be around 10 minutes long. So if you did, I'm very grateful for that. If you liked this video, you can drop a thumbs up on it. And if not, then you could drop a thumbs down. It's up to you, your choice. Overall, I hope that this video was relatable to you, or that you could at least put this on in the background while you're doing something. And if you enjoy hearing from me or want to see my future videos, you can subscribe down below. Peace out.